Well, welcome to the Mind Hand for another soulful, insightful, spiritual message. Take what resonate, leave what doesn't. Collective. I pre-pull some cards for our convenience, and with that being said, let's get started. So this is the energy that's going into 2026. Okay. So the first card I pulled was the royal blue, and the royal blue is authority and truth, right? This is spiritual leadership. The royal blue is that's one of my favorite colors. So it is powerful. Okay, it's a spiritual color linked to truth, intuition, divine communication, inner authority, and a higher in the higher mind. Okay, this energy just carries the clarity, confidence, and spiritual sovereignty. Okay, um so you're being guided to just trust your inner voice going into 2026. Okay, speak, the inner voice that speaks from your soul and align with your highest wisdom rather than fear, or external pressure. Okay, um you got some people that is under pressure, but you are pressure. Collective is what I'm getting. So this is also associated with that throat chakra, that third eye, right? Symbolizing, um, clear communication, honesty, and spiritual insight. Okay. So stand firm in who you are is what I'm getting. And the card we pulled with that was the Ace of Swords. Okay. So this is also speaking about like those breakthroughs coming through, okay, regarding, that spiritual truth. This is cutting through that confusion, those illusions, often just a sharp moment of realization or revelation is what I'm getting here, okay? So this is like a new mental chapter is what you're going to be going into what you're going to be doing and going into 2026. Okay, this is like a fresh perspective, a solution, or just an empowering decision rooted in truth. Okay, so together what I'm getting, this is a combination that is like a spiritual powerful, for truth, clarity, and spiritual insight, right? This is that authentic expression of your voice or belief. I wouldn't say a belief, I say a knowing. Okay, so like there may be messages coming from someone, that you're going to need, that you're going to have a conversation with, or a realization that could bring like freedom or resolution in a situation is what I'm getting. So the next card I pulled was orange. Okay. And so orange is just a very vibrant spiritual color linked to your creativity, your desires, your joy, your passion, expression, emotional expression, and just your life force energy. Okay. This has something to do with the sacral chakra. Okay. So is centered in that intimacy, right? Those intimate connections, that sensual, connections, and co-creating with the divine. Okay, this is encouraging you to, for movement, expansion, right? Pleasures or expression from, your heart and your body. Okay, so this just symbolizes, that attraction, that vitality, and the spark of like a creative creation between people, or within oneself. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. And the card we pulled for that was the Lover's card. Okay, and so this is like a harmony, right? This is a union, some deep connection, soul alignment, choice, partnership, or just heart-centered decisions. Okay, so this is related to a soulmate. You may be meeting a soulmate going into 2026. This is also like divine masculine, divine femme energy, okay? So either you're balancing out your divine masculine, your divine femme within yourself, or you're going to meet a divine masculine or a divine femme, depending on if you're masculine or femme, okay? That's watching this video. So this is like that logic, that intuition, okay? So together it's just saying, this is like a beautiful sign of passion, chemistry, or just like soulful connections, okay? And the lovers card is just bringing that heart aligned and sacred union towards you in 2026. So then we have the ladybug, okay? And the ladybug is that protection, okay? That symbol of luck, right? Blessings, transformation, divine guidance, okay? Good fortune, okay? It's going to be entering your life. Protection from negative energies or obstacles is what's going into 2026. Manifestation and opportunities. The universe is going to be nudging you towards positive outcomes, okay? Transformation through like trust, okay? So Spirit is just reminding you that small actions can create big changes, okay? So joy, in a sense, and lightness of being encourages you to just enjoy life's simple pleasures, okay? And then what we pulled for that was the Queen of Pentacles. And this is just embodying that clarity, that intelligence, that intellect, right? That truth, that independence, and that spiritual discernment. So she's very direct, she's honest, she's wise, and often just cutting through illusions or emotional confusion with, clear perception, okay? So her energy is just about that mental clarity, that sharp thinking, right? Speaking truth with fairness and authority, right? Setting boundaries and maintaining independence and going into 2026. This is like making decisions rooted in logic and integrity is what I'm getting here, okay? And so together, this is just basically saying this is a spiritual message that points to luck, clarity, and protection on your path forward into 2026, particularly in the areas regarding your discernment and decision making, okay? So divine guidance is present, okay? Trust the signs around you is that ladybug, right? And this is Virgo energy. Clear thinking and truth speaking, okay, will be positive outcomes, okay, will bring up positive outcomes. You are protected when acting with integrity and wisdom, okay? You're going to be transforming, and the blessings are going to be aligned with your mental clarity and your discernment, all right? So have the courage and the independence to attract favorable circumstances, okay? So the cards I pulled also with this was the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is just that learning, right? Seeking that truth, okay? Confirmation, thank you, Spirit. New ideas, messages, okay? Insight is going to be coming your way. And then we pulled the Empress. So that's all that abundant energy, that nurturing, that growth, right? That creativity and connections to nature, right? Manifestation, okay, is what's going to be happening. It's the energies that's going into 2026, okay, for my collective. Strong feminine energy, okay, and comfort, right? Compassion is what I'm getting here. And then we have the Four of Pentacles upright, okay, and this is holding tight onto it, right? It can be money, right? It can be emotions or control, right? Fear of loss or possession, or being possessive, okay? Or just self-protection, okay? Sometimes a warning to balance security with generosity or flexibility is what I'm getting here, right? So needing to understand the difference is what I'm getting, right? So you're being guided, or you're being guided to think practically, right? Or think logically, right? You're going to receive messages from the universe, okay? And you're going to need to be open. Okay. Also what I'm getting is just receiving that guidance, right? Nurturing your growth and just letting go of fear or control going into 2026 is the energy, right? You're going to be learning new truths. You're going to be manifesting abundance and nurturing your path, right? And letting go of all blockages to get into